Hey y'all, your girl's back again with another look. How y'all doing today? My name is Ivy. My handle is I2457. Excuse me, I'm losing my voice. Ooh. All right, y'all. Today we are going to do another look, y'all. How's everybody doing today? Okay, so first we're going to start with the e.l.f. Jelly Pop Primer. I've already moisturized my skin by using the Metacube Triple Collagen Serum or Toner. And then also using the Metacube Peptide Serum. Okay? So now we're good to go on that. Let's see. Okay? So now let me just put this on. Primer. Because y'all know I like to prime before I start. I love this primer because it actually has the foundation stick to the skin, giving it a more like skin-like look. So, yeah. I like the power grip too. So, okay, so now we're gonna do our brows with the Got to Be glued brow gel. Okay. Okay, we're gonna do a beautiful look today. Pretty. We're gonna get real pretty. How y'all feeling about that Bruno Mars song, y'all? I'm just saying, I'm so used to him like being that soulful, guy that can really sing and dance and stuff like that. And now we got like, yeah. Anywho, he must owe them people a lot of money. Just saying. That's neither here nor there. Let's see. I guess you got to do what you got to do. Okay, so now we're going to let this dry down. I'm going to use my trusty fan to do so. Okay, so now we're going to use the Precisely My Brow. This is in the color number 4, okay? And we are going to do these brows, okay? And make sure also if you're using that brow gel to let it dry down. Really let it dry down. Because and like I said, when I worked for Sephora, y'all, this was the worst thing I hated to do was my eyeshadow. I was so scared of eyeshadow working there. And a lot of girls that worked there before me, they had perfected like their eyeshadow. So it just gave me inspiration to do the same. So yeah. So ladies, don't be scared if that's what you want to do. You just got to keep doing it until you get better at it. Do not be scared because it is makeup. It can wipe off. Period. Okay? And don't get it twisted. I be making mistakes too. Okay. So now we got that done. Okay, so in the back of my hand, I have Toast. This is the LA Girl Pro Conceal. And then I have the color Fawn on my hand. So basically, this one goes back here. The darker one that's closer to my skin tone goes here, okay? So again, the darker one goes to the front. Actually, the darker one goes to the front and the top of the brow. This lighter one goes back here, okay? So let's get this party started. I like to always start with the lighter color first. And by the way, I like to use like an eyebrow brush like this. The shape of it gets right underneath the brow. So yeah, like I was saying, yeah, eyeshadow used to scare me so much. Oh my God, so much. And then I was like, you know what? I gotta master that, honey. We can't be scared. And I know a lot of women feel that way. Especially when you go to like Sephora, Ulta and stuff like that, and you actually see an eyeshadow palette that you love. You think it's so pretty. But you don't actually know like how to make it work for you, you know? I always say get the cheapest ones. Don't spend like $60, $70 on an eyeshadow palette. You know, ColourPop has some nice ones. Makeup Revolution does too. Morphe. They have some really nice ones. For the low, you know. You start there first. And then you work your way up. Once you start getting good at it, then you start buying like Huda palettes and Anastasia palettes and, you know. Those are a little bit more pricey. Okay, just like that. Okay, and now I'm going to use my number 67 brush by Sephora. It looks like this, you see? Okay. And then you just... At this point, you can blend those two colors together. But blend them going this way, you know, going this way, okay? Just like that. Because you want to get the illusion that, you know, you just got your eyebrows kind of like done or like threaded or waxed or, you know, whatever you do. Giving a clean brow. Yeah, y'all see how I'm going back this way? Yeah. And then hit your middle. Make sure you try to get as much of the concealer off without messing up the brow. Without touching the brow, I mean. Just like that. Okay. Then once we do that, we go back in with our Precisely My Brow using the spoolie side of it. And then kind of like give it like those hair-like strokes. Now you see how I rubbed that off a little bit? You could just go back in. Just do it again. Pretty much like that. Again, if you see any mistakes or whatever, it's easy to like write, you know, because the concealer is kind of like dried down. So and always too, people, like when you're doing your brows or whatever, you don't want your brow to be too long over here. So by using like a stick like this, you just go like this. If the brow ends like right here, you're good. Again, right here, you're good, okay? No further than that, okay? Just like that, okay? We're gonna take our color Fawn in the LA Girl Pro Conceal, and we're gonna put that all over the lid. We're trying to cover up the discoloration on our eyelids. We want it to be a clean, beautiful canvas to put our eyeshadow. Okay, we're going to use the M173 brush by Morphe to blend this out. Okay, because I don't like how I can still see a little bit of discoloration, I'm going to add more. Because once I do all of this, I'm going to set it down with a powder, so. Okay, so now you see I have this laid down beautifully. It looks like I got rid of most of that discoloration on the lid. And now we're going to use a powder to actually set that in place. I like to use the Wet n Wild Photo Focus. This is in the translucent color. Okay, to put all over the lid. Basically, we're just setting that concealer in place. And I mean, wherever we put that concealer, we need to set this really good. Because we're going to be using a brush to like go across it. So it needs to be dried down really good. Just like that. So now I'm using my brush eraser. This can be found at Dollar Tree, okay? So basically I can use the same brush over and over again. I'm cleaning her off. I'm using my transition colors. I always like to use 3. So today I'm using, of course, the same ones. It never changes. This is by Anastasia Beverly Hills. And this is a Soft Glam palette. I am using the color in this Orange Soda. That goes all over the lid. But you can always find, you know, other colors that are close to this. I just like to lay down like 3. I know that sounds crazy to some people, but it just works out for me that way. So you're just putting that all over the lid. Just like that. Okay, and then the other 2 are like individuals you can buy at Sephora. You can actually go there and they have this case. I believe the case is free. I don't know if it still is, but usually if you buy up to 3 shadows individuals, they'll give you an Anastasia Beverly Hills case. And that's what this is. It has the magnet on the bottom. And these colors are, one is called burnt orange and the other one is called caramel. And I just like to put these in my crease and my upper crease. Now we're going to clear off our brush. We're going to use burnt orange first. And we're just going to put her right here in our crease. And these, like I said, are my transition colors. And then I like to do it again over here. Same thing in the crease. And then with a light hand as well, okay? And then I'm going to go into caramel, and I like to put that above the crease. Right here. And then again over here. Okay, and that's it. Okay, and today I believe I'm going to do a cut crease. Okay, so bear with me. I don't do them often, and when I do, it's kind of like a hit or miss sometimes for me. But we're going to do it together so I can at least show you like how I do my cut crease. Okay, so basically once we have this down, now we have to have like a base in order to put our concealer on top of that in order to cut our crease. So yeah, let me just get those colors together. Today we're going to use the Better Than Chocolate palette by Too Faced. And I like this one because of all the browns. See? It's such a pretty palette. Okay, so we're going to go in with this one is called, I believe, Cake My Day. It's going to be, let me see, this one right here. Okay. And we're going to put that right here. Okay, just like that. I don't know if y'all can see that, but... And we're going to really blend this out, because we're going to add a darker brown to this. So, just like that. We're going to do the same thing over here. Because we want it to be kind of like above that line of demarcation right here in between that lighter color and the color I just added. Okay, just like that. Let me make sure on my end. So I actually have a mirror right here in front of me. So, and we're going to keep doing that until... Okay, just like that. Okay, and now we're going to go in with a deeper brown. And that one is called Brownie Points. It's this one right here. Okay. So I've already cleaned off my brush. Then we're going to go in and we're going to put her right here. We're going to move her up though. So, but for now, we're just going to put her right there. And then we're going to do the same thing over here. And we're going to move her up, because we're going to have to blend her out really good. Okay. Just like that. Move her up, just like where we put that actual the first brown. Okay, and then we're gonna move her this way. And if you have like wrinkling in your you know, of course, because your eyes, you know, open and close, you just stretch it out and blend until you don't see them anymore, because you don't want that. Just like that, so it looks smoother. Okay, and then we're gonna do the same thing over here. And now we're starting to move her up this way. And then again, so we don't get the wrinkling, we want it to look smooth. We hold the eye this way, and then we blend the other way. And since I want to see that color up here, now I'm starting to like blend her so you can, yeah, see? And then we're going to do the same thing with this one. We'll move her this way. And then we're going to go into that color again and start putting her up here. That's the darker brown. We want to make sure we keep blending, because we want it to look smooth as possible. Okay. Make sure over here a little bit more, making sure everything is cohesive. And you see how it's giving like a look to it? Yeah. You can actually see the shape. And hold that eye. No wrinkling. We don't want that. Okay, just like that. So it kind of gives it like a little hole right here. So we can start adding like, let me just do a little bit of that lighter brown right here. We're gonna add a little bit of that lighter brown, the first one that we added, just to reinforce everything. We want to make sure it's like pretty much blended out very well. And that's why we're using that lighter brown, because it's just really to blend it out even more. So, yep. All right, so I like to clean up my sides because it gives me a better idea of what color I'm going to use and things of that nature. So I like to use a concealer to do so. So we're just going to not add too much. And then we're going to clean that up with our 67 brush. And then over here, the same thing. Okay, just like that. Okay, so now we're gonna go in with a concealer to cut this crease. I like to use, I'm gonna show y'all what brush I like to use as soon as I find it. I like to use a brush like this. See how flat? And then it has like a little pointy end, so you can get nice and in there. Okay, let me just pull out the color. Okay, so I used two colors. I used this one called Cool Tan, and then I put a little bit of nude in here as well. So it gave me a nice little light shade. I wanted to be a little bit lighter, you know. So whatever colors I lay on top kind of come out, you know. So now we're just gonna start right about here. I'm gonna show y'all. I like to actually go with my eye shape so you see where I started at. Just like that. And you try to make these lines as like crisp as you can. And then you just drag that product all the way out. Just like that. That's why I actually like this brush, because it has like a tip on it. If you see it, you see how it like goes up like that. And now you just dab on. Now do that, like rub this product, because what's happening, you see how it's like coming off of my eye? Like you're just dabbing it on at this point, because you've already cut the crease. You can bring this all the way over. And we're going to stop it right about there. Because we're actually going to put those same browns on the end anyway, to cover up that part. Just like that. Okay, and now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. And again, of course, I'm going with my eye shape. So I'm working with those beautiful lines that God gave us in our eyes. That's all I'm doing. And what you're going to do is try to make it as neat as possible. And now we're going to cut it off right here. Yep. And that's our cutoff point. Just like that. And don't worry about that side, because you're going to go ahead and use something else in order to cut, not cut the crease, but to cover that. You're going to use the same browns that you did the base with, basically. Okay, now we're done cutting that crease. It is done. Now we're going to have to put a powder there to set that in place, so whatever we put on top, we can put on top. And let me make sure. Now keep in mind, y'all, I don't do cut creases often. So, like, I'm a little bit out of practice, but I do know the, the concept. The more you do it, the better you'll get at it. Just keep that in mind. Now we gotta let that dry down a little bit before we start adding powders. And again, we're going back in with our Wet n Wild Photo Focus Translucent. And we're going to use a smaller brush or like a fluffy brush to actually set that in. I'm going to use a different one though. Let's see if I can find one that's a little bit more dense. Yeah, like this one. A little bit more dense. And then you're just going to dab it on. Make sure you do not disrupt what you just did. So lightly dab it on. Make sure that you get it all in the rolls of the, you know how your eye closes, that fold right there? Yeah, make sure you get it all in there. Because what you're doing is just setting this in place. So whatever you put on top, it won't remove that color that you just added, basically. And if you get like a little bit too much, like I just did just now, just find another brush. Don't use the same one, and just stamp it in there. And then we're going to do the same thing over here on the other side. Take our dense brush, dab, dab, dab. Make sure you get it in there good. So we want to dry it down, or actually set it in place. And what's crazy is I'm going to actually erase my whole face after I'm done with this video to do TikTok and do it all over again. So I guess I'll be getting my practice in today with these cut creases, you know, that I don't do often. If I feel like I see it looking wet, then that's where I'm going to dab more powder. Yeah. Now, if I feel like it's like just like that. Now you see how it looks dry? That's what I want. Okay, and now we're going to go back in. Where's my other brush? We're going to go back in with those colors that we used to start the base. And we're going to do our ends. We're going to start with that light brown first, and then we're just going to add it on. I'm starting with her first because it actually softens up the rest of it. And it makes it look kind of faded too, if that makes sense. And do the same thing over here. But you're not going to be able to see that once I'm done, so... Because the powder has already dried down into the concealer, so now you're able to work around that. And now I'm going to go in with that deeper brown. And over here the same way. Okay. So now I feel like putting a bright color right there. Like something pretty like an orange or something. So let's do that. And then we can finish fading out the rest. Or making it look like more blended. So. Okay. So this is the final look. And I'm going to do this over here. Okay. It came out pretty. Okay, so I'm taking the Mini Me palette. This is by Kimchi. And we're going to use this beautiful hot pink. It is right here. Y'all can see that. Okay. And we're going to put it all in that area that's open. This area right here. You're just laying it down. I'm trying not to make this video so long. I'm hoping I can finish it like within an hour. So. Okay. So basically you're just filling in that hole where you had put the concealer. Make sure you close your eye too so you can get all the product in those little cracks and crevices. Just like that. Now, in order to do this look, I had to pull out a couple of palettes because, like, they have a shimmer in this Kimchi palette, but it is horrible. Like, it's not giving what I needed to give. I needed to give that, okay? So, I'm going to show you what palette I pulled out to achieve that. And I was thinking like Valentine's Day is coming up, so yeah. I was gonna actually put a beautiful orange or something there, but then I thought about it. I'm like, child, what's the name? It's coming up, okay? Valentine's Day. I said, you know what? We gonna do a beautiful Valentine's Day look. Okay. So now I have pretty much saturated it with that beautiful pink color. Okay, just like that. And now we're gonna clean our brush. And then I'm gonna do my liner and my, my lashes off camera. But I'm just showing y'all how I did this, you know, so y'all can see how I did it. Okay, make sure it is really good. And that's that with that color. Now, at first, I had used the actual pigment, or like a glittery pigment they have right here, this one. But bro, it sucks. Like, it's so bad. Like, look, y'all can see it, but watch when I put it. Look what it do, y'all. That's it. I tried to make it as, like, you know, but it is not giving what I needed to give. So then I was like, okay, that's not working. So then I used, remember we had started with this palette. And so I used this color right here, thinking it was going to show up. And I'm using my finger, y'all, which gives you the most, you know, payoff. But watch. Nothing. So what we're gonna do is we are using the Andrea Nichols. Yeah, is it Nichols? Andrea Nicole. This is her I'm Everything palette. The pigments in here are crazy. Okay, when I show y'all this, hold up. Look, these, woo, dual chromes. That's what I needed, child. So yeah. So then I used the same brush, this one right here, that I put the pink on with. I wiped it off. And then, like, they're very soft and buttery, so you can actually, like, you got to be careful, though. You don't want to tear up the palette, but you got to really dip in there. And you see, now that's paying off. It takes a while to kind of build it, but, it starts paying off. And try to spread it around if you can. That's what I had to do for it to give me that beautiful payoff. Sometimes with some of these, you have to like really work. So another thing why I don't like doing cut creases too much, because it's a lot of work. But I just wanted to show y'all a cut crease today. See? Ooh, so pretty. Mm-hmm. And honey, that color really, it pays off, okay? And it's coming out white, but it actually looks more like when you put it on, it looks like more like a pink. That's the reason why I used it for this look. Because I needed something, honey, that was going to give me what I wanted. I am a glitter girl. I love glitter. Okay. So, yeah. See how it gives that, like, beautiful reflective look? Oh, so pretty. Okay. I'm done with that. Okay, wipe off our brush. Yep, beautiful. Okay, so now we're going to go into a little bit of black in this palette. Not much. Do not go crazy, okay? We don't want to mess up anything that we have already done. We'll be mad, 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 okay? So we're going to go dip in this, and then we're just going to put it, like, right here. Just smooth it out a bit. Yep, just like that. Okay, so now I'm going to do my lashes, and I'm going to do my liner off camera. Well, not off camera. I'm just going to pause for a minute and go ahead and do that so we can get into foundation, okay? Okay, people, like, now I'm prepping for my foundation. I'm just color correcting with a shade that's close to my skin tone. But look, see? Pretty. Love it. 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 I can't wait to see the final finish. It's going to be pretty, y'all. You know, nice little Valentine's Day vibe. Even though we're not there yet, but we are soon, so yeah. Okay, so now I just need to blend this out. Just hiding all my hyperpigmentation. Really good. And I'm doing this look again on TikTok, by the way. This will be my get ready with me for the day. For my video for them. So I'm gonna wash my face off and do this all over again. That's crazy, right? But I do it because I like doing it and I love y'all. And I want to teach y'all how to do these things. You know? This is my passion, my love. Okay, so now we've done that. We went ahead and just put on something to do that with. Just doing my normal foundation placement. This is how it looks. If y'all want like a really detailed on foundation application, I can do a video on that as well. Just leave it down in the comments. Okay? But, you know, I'm like at 53 minutes. I'm trying to do this within 59. So, yeah. So now we're just going to blend this out. And again, as usual, I like to use a setting spray to wet my sponge. So I can blend out all these goodies. Okay. Making sure everything is blended. And then we're going to move up. Cut crease kind of like takes time to do, so that's another reason my time was like eaten up because of the cut crease. So yeah. Okay. All we're doing is just blending this out. Making sure it is completely blended out. Let me just do this off camera. Hold on. And I'll just show y'all the final look, okay? It's going to be like the same thing I always do. As far as foundation and powdered bronzer, powder contour, and all that good stuff. All right, people. Here is the finished look. So pretty. Well, the whole video was really me showing you how to do a cut crease. And this is the finished look of that cut crease. As y'all see, so pretty. Oh my God. So Valentine's Day. Okay. I'm loving it. Okay. I'm loving the pink. I'm loving the luster of my skin. I'm loving the lip. I actually use blush for my lip. Because I wanted to like be like, what do you call it? Monochrome or whatever. Monochromatic or something, like where everything is the same. or like in the same color family. So actually I used the same blush that I have on my cheeks, I used on my lips, and then I lined it with a lip liner. I put the blush on, and then I did some of this, and then my e.l.f. gloss. So yeah, this is the final look. I did a bottom lash line, of course, because this is so pretty that I felt like it needed it. But yes, this is a beautiful, oh, also too, the same color that I put on my eyes that was really showing, I actually did that, used it as a highlight as well. So I put some on my nose and then put some on my cheeks and stuff like that. This really came out pretty. I love it. And I hope y'all learned something, because that's what I'm here to do. Teach y'all how to do this. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, a cut crease, it takes a lot of time to me. It ate up like my hour. You know what I'm saying? Almost doing a cut crease. And I actually did one eye and then showed y'all the other eye. I did one off camera and then the other eye on camera. So y'all could see, you know, what, you know, it takes to do a cut crease. Yeah. So when you do these, you have to really practice. Practice makes perfect. That's what I meant to say. I'm sorry, I'm stumbling my words. Practice makes perfect. So yeah, as you keep doing it or whatever. So when y'all go to a makeup artist and y'all paying a makeup artist to do a cut crease, it's very time consuming. And also they have to be very mindful of your eye shape. They have to be very mindful of, you know, all of that. And then it takes time. So if they charge you a little bit more for that cut crease, now y'all see why. You know what I'm saying? Now you see why. So it's better to me to save coin to go ahead and learn how to do it yourself. Like I say, if you mess up, wipe it off and start over. Okay? Like, for real. Because, you know, you could do these looks. Like Valentine's Day is coming up, okay? You may want to break bread for your wig. You might want to break bread for your outfit, whatever the case may be. And then, like, do your own makeup. Like, yeah, like for Valentine's Day, and see how you like it. Try to practice a couple of days prior. Because I think Valentine's Day this year is on a Friday this year. So, you know, everybody's going to be out in the street. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, like, yeah, learn on your own. You know what I mean? And then that way you can save that money. Buy something else with that money. Shoot. That's how I see it. Okay? But yeah, this really came out pretty. If y'all have any questions, just go ahead and hit me off in the comments. If you have any questions about certain things that you would want to know, or maybe you want me to show you, put that in the comments as well. Yeah, so this is the finished look. I hope y'all enjoyed this. I hope you learned something from it, and I hope you try to do it. Okay? I love y'all. Y'all be blessed. Mwah. See you next time. Bye.